Hello everyone, thanks for listening to us today. I'm Mona and I'm here with my partners Ahasha, Tanisha, Jesse, and Seth. Every innovation was born from someone's imagination. When you discovered a shell of a turtle, you wouldn't imagine a building. However, an innovator might. Sydney Opera House was started from this sudden idea. This presentation is our interpretation and analysis of the video we watched. The main points of the presentation will be summary of our thoughts, transformation of the home computer terminal, what did we miss, where are we now, and conclusion. Now, Ahasha will take over.
We had a variety of mixed thoughts on the videos. The common point we could all agree on is that innovation is always creating and solving problems. Previously, computers were first invented just to add up numbers, but today they do much more than what is expected from them. Invention of telephones has been the base to the invention of swiping machines. Now we have the ATMs. Wireless mobile phones, which were then used to communicate with others, have been advanced to the present smartphones that include many apps. Technology has its advantages. It helped improve the efficiency of humans and reduce the dependency on others. However, sometimes technology tends to create isolation. It was also interesting how the videos predicted, in some ways, the way innovation, machines, and technology may replace some human jobs. Cashiers at the supermarkets is a good example for this.
When we saw the first video, the home terminal computer, we thought of the transformation of this innovation and how far it has come. It started off quite weak and basic compared to what we have today. Then, this transformation moved on to the 1976 Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak first Apple, which was to revolutionize technology as we know it. 5 years after this, in 1981, the first laptop was also invented, which is a milestone from the Niels Nestle computer from Tomorrow's World, as we watched. In 1985, Microsoft came with the first Office operating system, which is still used today all over the world. 2001, the first Mac OS was invented. Innovation might take some time sometimes, but it will keep happening. Finally, 2007, Apple Mania takes over. We experienced one of the biggest disruptive innovations in history. The iPhone is created and shortly joined by other Apple products. This is a major transformation from the mobile phone of 1979 in the video, which needed a third party in order to just make a call. Another significant modification is a touchscreen, which is an everyday luxury in comparison to the light pen from Tomorrow's World that was limited to a small group of people.
After seeing the transformation and evolution of some technological devices, we started to wonder what is supposed to come next. History timeline tells us that other outcomes were impossible, but what have we actually missed? As humans, we tend to be unaware of what is obvious to our senses. In terms of history, innovations were perceived in a radically different way we see them now. For example, innovations like the printing press invented by Johannes Gutenberg were misunderstood in his lifetime. It was only 500 years later that he became one of the most important people in history, even above Einstein. And this is because his intention was not to free the world to knowledge. He was only trying to make a living. Another clear example is Rome. We see all these colosseums and our perception is that Romans were masterful builders. But what we don't know is that these are a minority of what they made. Other buildings fell down or were rebuilt due to the materials they used. Reality is that they lived in collapsed buildings that killed thousands after a great fire. The point we are trying to make here, being lost or hidden, it tends to mention only success. And this presentation is not about criticizing history, but to invite you to think what are the missing perspectives not only in history but also in the present. We should feel wonder about today's innovations and be inspired by them. But we must not close our vision field. The further we move away from an event, the more perspective we will gain. We shouldn't forget that progress didn't happen in a straight line.
As Jesse mentioned, some inventions are ahead of their time.
Hey, 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 hey! Hey, 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 hey! Stop! Little girl! Stop! Look! I need to borrow your hoverboard. Where is he? Here. There! He's on a hoverboard! Get the board! Get it, board! Get him!
I've been waiting all night for you to tell me what you want. Tell me that you need me. I've been waiting all night for you to, tell me what you want, yeah. I've been waiting all night for you to tell me what you want. Tell me that you need me. I've been waiting all night for you to, tell me what you want, yeah, want, yeah, want, yeah, want, yeah, want, yeah.
Isn't that right?
I've been waiting all night for you to tell me that you need me, tell me that you want me. I've been waiting all night for you to tell me that you need me, tell me that you want me, tell me that you need me, tell me that you want me, tell me that you need me, tell me that you want me, tell me that you need me, tell me that you want me, tell me that you need me, tell me that you want me.
Hoverboard is something that came up in the movie Back to the Future in 1985, which is similar to a skateboard but doesn't have wheels. Instead, it flies above the ground. The director of Back to the Future had a vision of how the world would look in the future. Finally, after 30 years, hoverboards are a reality now. Drones are also an interesting invention. Drones are used for surveillance, delivery, and other things today. Most people might not know that Nikola Tesla was the first person to patent a remote control for unmanned vehicles, that is, drones, in 1898. And now drones are a common thing. Few inventions have made it so far, as you can see, but there are many dreams that are yet to come true.
Now, to conclude it all, a little quote from us. For them, it was just an innovative idea, but for us, this is our reality today. Perhaps the crazy, innovative, and far-fetched ideas we have today will be the next generation's reality. I mean, who knows? We might even have our own teleportation devices.
And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. I miss the earth so much.